Good evening, everyone, and welcome to On the Rise. I'm your host, Mike Feinberg. With me, as always, my co-host, David Shore. What's up, David?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing all right. We've got a different camera angle over here, but
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to look at this one.
I believe you.
All right. We're going to go with that. So listen, we got a couple of guests in the house tonight, right?
Yeah.
David's going to be talking to these guys here in just a little while, and obviously we're going to get started just beforehand. We did our Wanna Fight episode just recently. There's a quick little short Wanna Fight episode. You can tune in and check that out. You can go through the app, you can go through Facebook, pretty much any source right now to find it. And you'll see these two gentlemen that'll be with us later on in the show. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, well, check these guys out, listen to what they have to say today, and then go watch it. Either way, whatever order. You know, we're not specific.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, look, guys, 10 days away from the fight night, right? 10 days away from live MMA bouts. 18 fights in the card or thereabout.
Yeah.
Coming up on Saturday, September 18th. See, I'm getting my dates wrong. September 18th at Extreme Action Park in Fort Lauderdale on Powerline Road. You don't want to miss this, guys. This is the biggest card I think we've ever had at RIZE. So hopefully it holds steady and we'll have just that many fights. If you can't watch it, of course, you can download the app, watch it through the app, through RIZE X. You can go to RIZE FC, download that either through Android or through Apple. You can watch the fights through Roku, Fire Stick, Apple Store, pretty much anything. You can pretty much just watch a thing anywhere you want it. You want to watch it, there's a way to watch it. But nothing better than obviously coming out live and watching it in person.
Right.
So we've got kind of an updated fight card here. We've got some fights on there. But before we get into that, RIZE did want to reach out and talk about how disappointed, I guess, not disappointed, but sad we are about what has gone on the last week. Obviously, all that flooding, more than 50 people lost their lives in the flooding up in the Northeast. A lot of people have lost a lot of their homes, and they're going through quite a bit. That Hurricane Ida kind of came out of nowhere, really. It ravished a lot of New Orleans as well as a lot of flooding down there. People lost their homes, and all throughout, just ripped right through our country. So, our hearts go out to all the families that have lost someone and their homes throughout that tragedy. And in other news, not to keep on with tragedies here, but I know you don't follow boxing too well, David.
Huh?
Boxing.
Yeah.
B-O-X.
Oh.
But an 18-year-old female professional boxer from Mexico. Her name is Jeanette Zacarias Zapata. She had a fight, slipped into a coma, passed away 5 days later, only 18 years old. So, the danger is real. We all know that. People know what they're getting into in combat sports. Again, our hearts go out to her and her family. It's a tragic loss, something that really shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, again, back to our fight card. So we got 18 fights. We got a few fights lined up right here. One of the things is a tournament that's going on right within the card itself. We got that lightweight tournament kicking off. We got 8 fighters within 4 fights within the tournament, and that's beside the fact we have that lightweight championship belt between Ronnie Levine and Jose Gallegos. Mm-hmm. That's coming up as our main event. These 8 guys, some of them we've seen before, some are brand new to RIZE. What can you tell me about what's going on with that tournament, David?
I literally got people messaging me every day with training videos, scale videos, every kind of video to hype up what they're doing, and they're all really enthusiastic. Jack Willoughby every other day has got some kind of crazy video of training or doing something nuts. We got his opponent Tim Riley is going to be awesome. They're both from the UFC gyms, so that's going to be pretty interesting. I think Jack might have switched his gym recently. Darian Perez's Goat Shed. Goat Shed is always serious, and they're something to be rivaled with. I've heard the crowd's like no other when they're involved, so that's going to be awesome. LJ Wilson's a tank. He's been a tank. Every time we fight, he's a tank. And I'm always amazed he drops to 155 because, I don't know, he looks like a 190 walking around. So he's going against like an experienced guy, Kevin. He's really good. All these, just this tournament alone with the 155s, which all going to be on one card, which I don't believe RIZE has done before. It's going to be epic. You got a bracket tournament. You see who's the true, the true contender at 155, and all these guys, I believe, have 4 fights or under. So it's, we call it next gen. It's the next generation of killers that we are going to have with RIZE. So I'm amped up.
Right. Yeah, it's good stuff. And like we said, it's not just that tournament, but we have other little tournaments that are beginning as well on the same
Correct.
fight card. that are going to continue on to the following fight card. And we got some stacked fight cards coming up, not just this one here, guys, next week, but you got that October card already filled.
Right.
You're already moving on to November card. I think you're probably half done with that one, if not more.
It's been busy.
It's definitely been busy. I know you're getting a lot of messages from a lot of fighters with their fight tape, showing what they can do, what they're capable of doing. And again, we're still using the same fighters too that just keep on winning.
Right.
We have to keep putting them out there, putting them up, and showcasing those guys. So we're doing what we can, and we're getting some of the best fighters literally in the world right now that are going to start fighting on the RIZE card, if not here already.
That's what we strive for. Like Eric Lopez, he's already he's fought 2 kickboxing with us. He's going to do his MMA debut. He's a pretty good beast. And we got him versus Danny Castillo. We got Ludi. She looks all nonchalant, but she's a killer. And we saw that in her last match with a first round finish, and her kickboxing skills. And now she gets to test herself again with Jonah Woods, who might have bigger arms than me. So I don't know. I'm amped up for this whole card.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great one. So again, you want to come out, you want to watch us if possible. You can only buy the tickets online. You got to go to that RIZE FC app. Right there, you'll be able to find out a little bit about the fighters, some background, some history. Information is changing all the time. There still are tickets for sale. There still are VIP tables for sale. You can buy either one right there through the app. If you can't come out, again, RIZE X is what you want to click on that link through RIZE FC. That's how you're going to be able to download it, watch it directly through the app, and again, all those other ways we have kind of behind us to be able to watch the fight as well. Remember, Saturday the 18th. Now, our doors are going to open at 5:30, so a little earlier. First fight is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. Why? Because we have 18 fights. Yep. So we got to get started a little earlier because we got a lot going on. I mean, hopefully you can make it out for the whole thing. If you can't and you show up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, you're going to miss a few fights. You'll still be able to see a lot. You're just going to miss some things. And just like the last couple times, we'll have a fight or two for free on the app, just to kind of, get your palate wet, I guess, so to speak, show you what we got going on, and then we'll kick into the main part of the card. And again, we got a title fight right at the end. We got the tournament going on. So just a plethora of things that are happening all throughout that night. So you want to definitely check that out. So now at the top of the hour, we were discussing the fact that we have a couple of guests here. So we talked about the Wanna Fight. It's something that RIZE has done over the years, and it's something that we just started doing again. So we've got a short little Wanna Fight video that, again, you should check out. The 2 fighters that are on there are Israel Hernandez and Lucas Rosa. They'll be fighting each other in an MMA bout, which is a rematch of their kickboxing bout from the last time out. And these 2 guys they're hungry, they're ready, they're prepared, they've been training hard. A couple of the best fighters out there in the amateur rankings. They will be fighting on the card, and they are our guests tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break to talk about one of our sponsors, which is DV8. On the flip side of that, we'll bring the guys out here, and David will ask them a few questions, and we'll see what they got going on in their training. We'll be right back, guys. See you in a minute.
This is Kerry from DV8 Motorsports. I want to welcome you to our world and give you a little insight into what we do. From the lift kits, lowering kits, custom wheels and tires, gas, diesel, performance, and accessories. We do it all here in-house. All of our services we offer, we install everything. Come follow us on social media, Facebook or Instagram, DV8_motorsports. Take a look at what we do, what we have to offer. We're located at 1018 North Federal Highway in Lake Park, US 1, just south of North Lake Boulevard, or you can give us a call, 561-840-2023, or shoot us an email, dv8motorsports@yahoo.com. Thanks.
Jason, the audio. Oh! Are excited and ready for the second bout of RIZE.
And we're back. So I got Lucas here in Israel. They're having a match September 18th. And we're going to ask him a few questions and see how everything's going. So Lucas, I'll start with you. So how does having a UFC, your brother in the UFC, help you in this next match, and how is it going to lead towards your victory?
Well, I think he's able to show me a lot of things that other people can't, because he knows all the subtle details of things that I do wrong that he used to do wrong as well. So, you know, I just do them wrong like in a hyperbolic way. And so he can kind of adjust those small things. And of course, he also really encourages me to have an open mind about all the different martial arts. Like, I think some people will come into gyms and think that they can, you know, win with one style, and he's very, very, he pushes the fact that, you know, you can gain knowledge and MMA IQ from basically anybody in any style.
Andrew, does that intimidate you at all that he has a UFC brother?
Not really. I mean, it definitely probably helps because, you know, he's got the knowledge and all that stuff, and I respect that. But nah, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna just tough it out.
You feel that your team's strong?
For sure, for sure.
That's awesome. And Israel, you know that Lucas is pretty good and definitive with takedowns and wrestling. How are you gonna counteract that with MMA?
How am I gonna counteract that? Well, my last opponent, Fidel, that's all he wanted to do. So I have a good I
thought you won that fight.
Yeah, I thought everybody thought I won that fight. Don't even. But but yeah, so you know, I'm actually working a lot more on my wrestling because I know I did get taken down a lot. So I'm doing more defense, more offense here and there, and I'm excited to see if I can, you know, stand up to the test.
Lucas, you think he's going to be able to stop your takedowns?
I mean, I don't think so, and I also think, you know, we fought in kickboxing, and I think that went pretty well for me. So I think, you know, if I'm gonna scrap striking, that's fine too. So either way is gonna be good. And, you know, I have a few new tricks up my sleeve. So
All right.
Nice. And Israel, so after losing your first match with kickboxing, how has your mentality changed and handled the loss, and what have you learned from that?
What have I learned? Well, after that fight, it kind of like shook me into focus. I don't know if it was one of those freaking punches that he just threw right on my face, but I just knew right after that I had to go harder and train harder and do better, because I knew that wasn't like the best that I can do. And I'm glad that they took this rematch, because like I got a chance to show, hey, I wasn't at my best when you first fought me. You know what I mean?
So you're Israel 2.0?
Israel 2.0, the Cuban Viking.
Cuban Viking, I like that nickname. Okay, cool. And Lucas, as far as what are you doing to stay focused, and how's your mentality to prepare for this fight been?
my mentality's been great. You know, I'm a very I think strategic thinker when it comes to fighting and stuff. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to fight week, I know that you seem like a nice guy, but I know you're trying to take everything I work for every day. All the sacrifices I make, not being around my family and my friends, and all the sacrifices I make in the gym, the sprints, the times it feels like I got my ass kicked in training, the times it feels like I'm the best in the world. You're trying to take all of that away from me, and so that pisses me off. That pisses me off, honestly. So you're gonna see a different side of me on fight day.
All right. I'm ready for that.
And do you feel like you're the dog because you lost the last one, or you think that you have the advantage because you learned so much?
I think I'm probably definitely the underdog. If you see that last fight, you saw how I was that day. I feel like most people would definitely put their bet on Lucas, but I'm a different animal, man. I'm definitely coming in with something new.
And do you have any predictions for this fight?
Any predictions for this fight? I want to get it done in 2 rounds. I really do, because all the times that it's gone all the way, it hasn't really gone my way, but definitely in 2, and if not, rack up the points to get it in 3.
Or you're going to end up fighting the judges next, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Have them on here. And Lucas, what's your prediction?
I'm going to win, and it won't be as close as last time either.
That's what's up.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I'm super stoked to see you guys face off, and I can't wait for it. Yeah. So I appreciate it.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
All right.
So let's take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Jason, the article. Oh! Sorry, excited and ready for the second bout of RIZE.
All right, and we are back. Okay, hopefully everyone got a chance to learn a little bit about Lucas Rosa and Israel Hernandez. These guys are going to square up, you know.
Yeah.
They're being very calm. They're being very pleasant and gentlemanly as they sit here in our studio. But we know it's going to be a different story when it comes next Saturday night.
Well, I always say all MMA fighters are really respectful, and especially these guys are probably one of the most respectful people that I know, you know, as far as MMA fighters and training and professionalism. So, but you can also see the intensity, you know. There's no joke. You look at Lucas and he looks, you know, straight and narrow, ready for seeing his prize. And same thing with Israel. I agree. I thought it was a really close match, his last fight. He handled takedowns and the adversity pretty well. I thought his striking was a lot more crisp than the last time we seen him. So, you know, I think it's a coin, you know, a flip of a coin almost at this point to see who wins, and I can't wait to figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, it's one of the fights that definitely looks like one of the great ones on the card.
Yeah.
But there's just so many on here.
Right.
You know, as we talk about that, that's going to be contested at featherweight, and we talked about that lightweight tournament that we got going, and we want to get a little bit more into that. Before we do, I did want to jump over and actually thank one of our sponsors here as well. Sponsoring us once again tonight is Pharmacana. You can see them at www.pharmacana.us and pharmacana.com. They've got all these CBD products. See a couple on the table over here. Some others back here as well. I know, David, you kind of swear by their products, saying that some of the stuff is pretty good.
I've used the cream so far, but I probably should dabble with a little bit of the tinkering stuff. I haven't got there yet with the little, I think the stuff that goes on your tongue or whatever. I haven't got there yet, but the cream is fire. Like I honestly probably need another one. You know, if your girlfriend's mad at you, it's good to have some like something to help massage or something. You know, set the mood, light a candle, and pull out the CBD cream. Works.
All right, so again, you know, you can check those guys out, pharmacana.us or pharmacana.com. You know, for all your CBD needs, they're there for you.
Yeah.
Check them out. And so back to the card, let's talk a little bit about that lightweight tournament. You know, again, I've got, you know, 8 names here on 4 fights that are going to be in the tournament, and that's beside the fact we got that lightweight title between Ronnie Levine and Jose Gallegos.
Right.
Let's talk about some of these 8 guys that are contesting for, you know, the semifinal matches to the finals and so forth. So this fight between Kevin Wilkerson and L.J. Wilson,
yeah.
you attested to it a little bit earlier on.
Right.
You know, L.J. Wilson always comes and brings it every time he comes to RIZE.
Exactly.
He's going to be fighting Kevin Wilkerson, who's a journeyman. He's been doing this for a while now,
yeah.
right? So tell us, I don't know too much about Kevin, so if you can let everybody know a little bit about him.
He had a fight actually like a month ago or a month and a half ago, and his opponent didn't show up. He came in ready, and so he's been prepared since then. So it's, you know, you can say it's like a 4 or 5 month camp. You know, kind of taller guy. As far as I honestly haven't met him personally, but I spoke to him numerous times. Very confident, a lot of self-belief, you know, and you have to have that in MMA. You got to believe in yourself, you know, and I appreciate those qualities, and especially to go against LJ, who's, like I said, he's a tank, and he's consistent, and, you know, his wrestling's amazing, and, you know, obviously he can take people down. So it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I think, you know, anybody stepping in against LJ is, you know, is ready to fight.
Yeah.
You know, they're taking out a good contender right there.
Exactly.
So it'll be, you know, interesting to see how that one goes, of course. And now we talk about Tim and Jack. You know, we know we've had them on the show earlier on.
Right.
So Timothy Riley and Jack Willoughby. Let's talk a little bit about their preparation and what you've been hearing from them.
Well, Tim just, you know, keeps chanting about his the UFC gym in Winewood. He's really excited to show what he's been working on. He's a little bit older versus Jack, you know, but, you know, age is just experience, and it's going to be really good to see his debut. And then Jack is, like I said, this guy sends me videos of him training, climbing over stuff, and, you know, running miles and miles, and weight cut and food prep, and you know, he's super hyped up, and he's, you know, I think he's selling T-shirts right now. So I mean, this guy is the whole package, you know.
Yeah, he's got everything going, and they had some energy with him too. I mean,
yeah.
Last time they were on our show,
exactly.
We had him via Zoom. All right, so they got that contest going on, and you got, I want to make sure I don't, you know, maul these names, but Mihai Kulai, and he's taking on Darian Perez.
Yeah.
What's going on with those two guys?
I mean, if you just see their picture, I mean, these guys both look like pretty serious athletes. You know, Darian Perez especially too. I mean, I don't know how he weighs 155, but apparently he does. You know, but you know, with Goat Shed, like I said, is one of the top camps. so they're going to be, you know, in full force. I'm sure Danielle Pippel's going to be, you know, chanting his name too. You know, they all represent each other, and it's going to be great.
All right. Then we got Avihai Kaniel. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. He's taking on Stefan Pineda. What's up with those guys?
Honestly, I'm not too familiar on 100%. I haven't spoken to either of them truthfully, but the other matchmakers been working on that matchup. But I've heard a lot of good things, and sometimes the best things are surprises, you know. So you don't even. My expectations are standard, you know, and they might shoot up over the top. So it should be good.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, as little as we might know about those guys, that shows you that they know little about each other.
Right.
So they're in for a surprise themselves when they get in there. They just have to be on their game and ready to take on any kind of opponent.
Exactly.
So if you're not versatile enough, then it's a little difficult when you don't know who you're facing.
Yep.
So, but that should be great. You know, a great 8-man tournament right there. That's going to start out on this fight card this time around. Of course, we'll be down to 4 next month out, and of course, then we'll be down to the finals. And just like that, you know, we'll be having somebody, you know, taking on most likely the winner of the Jose Gallegos Ronnie Levine fight.
Yeah.
We'll see that happen sometime here before the end of the year.
Like you said, there's other fights too, like Jalen Jackson versus Travis Horn, the balance guru. I was just watching something about him today. You know, he posted just saying that he doesn't have fight experience, but he has life experience, and he's doing like America's Got Talent, like France or Italy or something, and climbing, doing the crazy handstands on top of cliffs or something crazy. So like, and he said he's scared of heights, you know. So he said he's done that. So what makes him not capable of stepping in the ring and performing? You know, so like I'm big on the self-belief and these motivational videos and stuff like that. And you know, if you believe it, you can achieve it. You can get it done. You know, so it's going to be one of those situations that I'm excited to see both these guys perform. Like I said, I mentioned Eric Lopez. He's going to be out versus Andy Castillo. They got some experience. That's going to be a great fight. There's Nomi. Palm Beach Boxing is going to be in full force, you know, so all their guys are going to be back. It's going to be a banger. Ryan Ocasio is going to be back. He's going against this guy Joey Redford, who's a badass in himself. So that's going to be one of my favorite fights that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
A lot of awesome stuff.
And you mentioned earlier, of course, Ludi Alves taking on Jonah Woods. I know.
Right.
You know, we talk about Ludi, and we see that we kind of gave birth to her career, so to speak. You know. And she came out and she fought that first kickboxing fight, you know, got her wits about her, and then she took on that first MMA fight. She got both wins, you know. She's 1-0 each category, now 2-0 overall with RIZE. You know, now moving into her third fight and just trying to grow.
You ever seen Rudy? Remember Rudy the movie?
Of course.
Oh, I think we should start chanting Ludi instead of Rudy. You know? That'd be cool, right? I think if we start it, we can start following through and everyone get Ludi. See it now.
That's a good chant. It doesn't have the same message, I guess, you know? Rudy being the guy who didn't deserve to be where he was because he didn't belong there.
Well, if you listen to Ludi's story, she's like, you know, she has an underdog story too, you know, that she came up from just, you know, trying to be athletic, and now she's a killer, you know? And,
yeah.
You know, surprises me every time she competes, so,
yeah.
You know, I definitely believe she deserves a chant.
Okay, I like that, though. We should definitely try that out, so we'll make sure we remember
get
that.
Get signs, get everyone to say it at one time.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
And Jonah, like I said, she's a personality in herself. She's jacked, first of all. She trains all the time. I've watched her training numerous times. And she even does, like, funny, like, skits that just crack me up. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's amazing that, you know, fighters can fight and they can do other stuff. Like, even Lucas, I was talking to him, he said he does, like, you know, like, writing and editing, and forgot what word he said earlier, but it was so big I almost had to Google it. Pretty sure I understood it, but I might still Google it. So, you know, these guys are all intelligent and well-rounded,
yes.
You know, full personalities, and that's why I like interviewing people, because you get to see the whole perspective of their lifestyles. You know?
Yeah, it's amazing the backgrounds these guys all come from. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it's anything from A to Z, really.
Right.
But like you said, I mean, so many well-educated fighters that we also have here. You know,
yeah.
Such as Lucas, such as Corey Jacobs,
right,
who's fought for us before.
Right.
Guys like that
yeah.
just, you know, they've gone through so much experience and they've done so many things. And you got people like Ludi and others that are coming from other countries, learning the language and then kind of learning the sport as they go, and, you know, taking their facets from what they've learned from their own home countries and coming around.
Yeah.
And we go back to Lucas about that too, because I know that he went around, he was training in different countries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it was a scholarship opportunity that he'd had.
Right.
So, you know, it's great to be able to see all that kind of come together. And then everybody sort of learns from each other. They get to watch that, and it just sort of, it develops,
right.
I guess, for everyone else watching. And then that's how the sport develops, really, overall. So definitely interesting. You know, a fight card that you don't want to miss, guys. You know, very, very stacked card. No question this is going to be one of the best ones we have. I know we said that last time, but we're saying it again because we're going to keep trying to outdo ourselves each and every time we have a fight. So hopefully you're looking forward to that next Saturday night, September 18th. And so, you know, that's our fight card, you know, for now. You know, next week is going to be fight week. You're going to catch us talking about, again, we'll, you know, round out some of these fights, maybe give you a more precise number of fights in case anything changes. We'll talk a little bit some of the fighters. We'll go into something that we were going to do this week, and I apologize we didn't get a chance to do that, which is giving out some gifts and prizes. I know we discussed this last week. There's been so much going on in the background, it was difficult to kind of get that set up for this week. But, you know, guys, I'm being told to promise that next week we'll be giving these things out. So please just, you know, like and subscribe, follow
I
things,
thought the prize
comments.
was not to see you with a mask. That's what
That's the prize?
that's what I heard. I don't
Maybe
know.
the prize is my
Or-
mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you like a used mask I've been breathing in 24 hours a day?
Oh man, I bet you that's so.
A fancy RIZE mask. Armando, that's one of the things we got to get. We're going to give him some RIZE masks. That'll be something. And anyway, so to the gifts, the prizes, and trust me, some of these gifts are better than masks, really. You know, we'll make sure we give some good stuff out. So stay tuned for us next week when we do that as well on our next show. So, you know, that's the fight card part of it.
Yeah.
Now we get into the other stuff. We always like to get into the other stuff, right? We did our commercials. We're going right into it. All right, so let's talk UFC. What's going on, David?
Honestly, I've been so focused on this stuff. It's just I'm not even zoned in with UFC, so I'll choose to pass on it.
You're going to pass on that. All right, all right. And then boxing, you know, not too much has changed. I'm not going to, you know, go crazy telling everybody about all the boxing things that's going on because I know it puts you to sleep anyway.
I did do a fantasy football lineup, so I am having some new favorite players, and you know, I got Kelsey and other players, so I'm excited. Football starts Thursday. I'm amped up. You know, I'm hoping. We'll see how the Dolphins do. I know G in the background. He's super excited about Tua. I'm hoping Tua proves me wrong and does some crazy stuff. But you know, I'm excited just for football in general.
Tuna?
Tuna? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it starts with NFL, right? Like you said, jump right into that. Tomorrow night, 8:20 is kickoff or game one.
Right.
You got Dallas Cowboys taking on Tampa Bay Bucks. I think Armando likes to hear about that though, or maybe not so much. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks, Armando. Wonder what the prediction of the outcome of that game will be.
I think it's +7 or something.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're giving the Cowboys some credit for sure. They're giving them some respect. They're only giving them
I
7
guess.
points.
I mean, it's a new year, so we'll see. You know, they don't want to get too crazy and lose too much money.
Who's the quarterback anyway?
Prescott.
Well, I thought he was still injured.
I think he's back.
I don't think he's healthy enough to start, is he?
Sure. Pretty sure.
He's back.
Is he?
back,
He's
right?
back. He's healthy. He's
Yeah.
starting. Wow. How about
Yeah.
that? That was a
Yeah.
quick turnaround. I thought he was still
I think
going to sit.
Ezekiel Elliott's out the COVID protocol. He's okay. So it was Lamb.
So Prescott's back in the mix. We'll see how that goes. I know that you know, New Orleans unfortunately didn't have what was his name that was going to be starting. I was looking forward to having him start. That's been playing there for a few years. Their backup versatile player. Name is
Hill.
escaping me.
Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill.
Taysom
right.
Hill.
And unfortunately, he's going to be the backup to Jameis Winston Cheater. You know, and Jameis Winston Cheater, for some reason, is still able to play.
Cheater?
Yeah, it's scumbag. Anyway, so
I think he's gonna put up some numbers. I don't hate him.
we'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do and how much he can steal along the way. So that's NFL. You know, college football began this past weekend. I'm happy to say my Gators are 1-0 now, right? They didn't look that great. They're 1-0. They should be 2-0 after Saturday, and then they'll play Alabama and get embarrassed. It's just how it's going to go. But you know, I made a prediction of an upset that I already called out in weekend one, and I was right. Georgia took out Clemson. You know, it's been win championship after championship because you know what? No Trevor Lawrence, no wins. That's just how it is. He was that much of an impact of a player. Besides the fact, you know, you also had a great running back in Etienne, Travis Etienne. Both those guys aren't there. The team isn't the same team. They're going to get some wins for sure. They'll do well. They're going to have to build once again. But Georgia, watch out for that defense.
We're gonna start discussing how I hate college football versus NFL. You we could go into that all day. Is that what we're going on?
Boxing,
right now?
MMA conversation,
Yeah,
college,
yeah,
NFL.
let's start with-
Yeah.
Like,
why
who
not?
are these guys? How much do they get paid? Why don't they get paid? They can get concussions for free. Well, that sounds great, you know?
At least Trevor Lawrence, you got to know who he is, right? I mean, the guy lost one
He's
game
in the
his
NFL
entire
now,
college
right?
career.
So,
yeah, he's a
yeah.
starting quarterback for the Jacksonville
Jaguars, yeah.
So, you know, and Travis Etienne was his running back, who also was the running back for Jaguars. But He got injured last week in training, and he's done for the entire season.
Yeah.
So their second overall pick is now out.
You
Gone.
think it's due from too much college abuse?
I don't think so. You know, a lot of these guys sat out. You know, okay, and we're not going to get into the whole thing about the whatever they're calling the letters now, where they're actually compensating the college players for their likeness and images, whatever they have those letters for, which I think is complete nonsense. But hey, you know, that's me. It's my opinion. I don't think they should be getting paid for that stuff at all. And
Is that where you're
people are
calling
gonna
Winston a cheater because he
No,
sold his?
he actually cheated because he
he
bet
sold
against his
his
own
name?
team.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know, that was proven. But you know, besides the fact that he, you know, did some other things, which was all over the news.
Uber driver and stuff, yeah.
Yes, you know, yeah. A lot of stuff
He
like
likes,
that guy
he
did.
likes whatever he stole, but I like him as a quarterback. All right,
All
like,
right.
I'm not hanging out with him. I'm putting him on my fantasy football lineup.
Hey, as long as he throws the ball and he actually
Kamara.
tries to let his team win rather than lose, then you know.
As long as Kamara gets the ball, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. We'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do, and hopefully Taysom Hill gets some play time and get back in there because
Yeah.
I do like him,
Yeah.
and I'd like to see what he can do as well. So that's as far as football is concerned. So we'll talk about some events locally. I know we're kind of short on time at this point because we had the guests, but you know, with a couple of events that are going on this week, this Friday night there's Delray Boxing has an event going on at the Delray Tennis Club. It's great professional boxing. If anyone wants to come out and check that out, I'll be sitting there commentating, and I'll be with Jose Torres. The two of us will commentate that event. They always have good events with them. Should be a pretty packed place outside. You know, many attendants, 9 professional fights. And then Saturday, you got a couple of events going on. Triller, as you know, was supposed to have Vitor Belfort. He was supposed to be fighting Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya's out with COVID. They moved the entire thing over to Florida, and now he's fighting Evander Holyfield. Holyfield, 58 years old, is coming back out of retirement to fight, of course, an exhibition match, but the guy's not really in any kind of shape to fight, so I think Belfort's going to kind of make quick work of it, like look pretty good in doing it. And we'll see what Belfort can then project himself to do, you know, beyond that at that professional level. And that should be a good event because on that you also have guys you know, right? Tito Ortiz and Anderson Silva will be fighting the co-main event, as well as David Hay is making a return, which was a surprise to me. He's come back and he's fighting as well on that card. So that'd be great. And then you got BYB also that same night down in Miami for some bare knuckle fighting if you're interested. And that's you know, that's kind of what's going on in the world. So again, guys, we definitely want to thank once again our sponsor, Pharmacana. And we want to thank our sponsor, DV8. We want to thank our guests, Lucas Rosa and Israel Hernandez. Great fight card once again, guys, 10 days away. Buy your tickets now if you haven't already. Jump online, RIZE FC, buy those tickets. You can buy rings, you know, VIP tables, premium seating, anything at this point in time still available. And we hope to see you guys next week during our next show. Fight week, we'll have weigh-ins next week, we'll have the fight, we'll have a lot going on, and we'll give away those prizes. So we look forward to seeing you guys again next week. On behalf of Armando Gonzalez, Gerardo Ramos, my partner here, David Shore, I'm Mike Feinberg. Have a great night. Stay safe.
Thank you.